At 49, I was obese, broke, stressed, and close on giving up on life. I'm 53 years old now, and I feel fantastic. Why are men fatter, sicker, and lonelier at the very moment they should be wiser and stronger? The answer is not complicated. I'm Eric. I'm 53 years old now, and I feel fantastic. No dating medication, no chronic depression, no chronic pain, just discipline, strength, and focus. But it wasn't always that way. 49, I was obese, broke, stressed, and close to giving up on life. I worked 2 jobs in Denver and couldn't make ends meet. My business failed, my marriage was falling apart, and I felt I had lost the one thing I had, trust. For the first time, I wanted to die. But look, here's the part most men don't realize. The weakest point of your life often hides the strongest opportunities. You won't see it until you face pain. My turning point came when I moved to Spain. At 51, I walked into a Muay Thai gym for the first time in my life. And look, you have to understand something about me. I had never even hit a person in my life, ever. Nobody had ever hit me. I had never practiced any combat sports. But that day, I made a decision. And the decision was, I'm gonna stick with this. And I'm gonna train every stinking day. And I have. Look, over the last 18 months, I've been going every day. Gym opens at 7, so I train from 7 till 8. I do weights. And then from 8 till about 9:30, I do Muay Thai. I missed a couple times because of business or family activities, but out of will, I've only missed one day. One day I woke up and I was just too tired, and I didn't go. And that consistency didn't just build up my body, it rebuilt my mind. You see, combat sports force you to face your fears. They strip away all excuses, weaknesses show up fast. You can't hide it. You keep showing up. And with every rep, with every punch, with every drop of sweat, you get stronger, not just here, but here. Here's what surprised me the most. The pain we normally avoid is usually the exact medicine that we need. And you see, the strength that you're building in your body carries to your mental strength. Studies confirm that exercise is more effective than antidepressants in many cases of depression. Men who train report less anxiety, less stress, and more confidence because physical strength is mental strength. Think about it. It feels work as well as we're told. Why are men weaker and more depressed than ever? Look, if you're a man over 40 and you're feeling weak, stuck, or lost, the cure is not in a bottle and it's not in a doctor. The cure is in building up your body and your mind. Because this change has been so positive in my mind, I have started a newsletter that I invite you to join. Eventually, we're going to open up a community where we can encourage one another and hold each other accountable. So join the newsletter below. Let me tell you, my life wasn't always this way. I migrated twice, first from El Salvador to the US in 2016, and then from the US to Spain in 2023. And migration really forces resilience. You leave behind your family, your friends, your culture, and start from nothing. But even that level of challenge did not give me the mental strength I gained when I began training Muay Thai and lifting weights consistently. You see, when you step into combat sports, you are forced to face fear every day. Fear of being hit, fear of rejection, fear of not being good enough, and you learn quickly that nobody cares about your excuses. Everybody's training, everybody's sweating, everybody's pushing. You can be slower if you have to, but you can't quit. The standard is set in a room and you rise to it or you collapse. Most men over 40 have surrendered to comfort. They tell themselves cycling is enough, or that some occasional weekend activity or weekend hike will keep them healthy. But health is not the same as strength. I had a conversation with a friend yesterday, and I told them that because of the amount of training that I'm putting in, I could really beat up almost anybody that I came across. He just started laughing and made a comment that seemed pretty ignorant. He said, "Good luck. You'll probably break all your bones." That is so ignorant. People who avoid strength training or combat sports do not understand how resilient the body becomes when you expose it to stress every day. Bones grow denser, tendons thicken, muscle fiber strengthens. Confidence builds because the body adapts. There is a study done in 2019 that found that individuals who engage in regular physical activity experience 43% fewer days of poor mental health compared to those who do not. Weight training in particular has been shown to reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression up to 20 or 30%. And men who train regularly after 50 maintain not only bone density, but also cognitive sharpness, reducing the risk of dementia. I want to be good in my head when I grow older. When I started lifting weights, honestly, it was terrifying. Every increase felt impossible. But when I was finishing a set that I thought I could not compete, something shifted inside of me. I didn't see the obstacles the same way. They became challenges and not a wall that I could not climb. And that shift changed my mind. Today I feel stronger, calmer, and way confident than ever before. So why are men so depressed? They neglect their body. You should not neglect your body. Look, here are some simple steps that you can take. And I also encourage you to watch this video I recorded on how to fix your life, 10 minutes a day. Number 1, start lifting weights. Start 2 times a week, but eventually get up to 4. Next, join a combat sports, ideally Muay Thai or boxing. This will improve your mental health, I want to say, by 100%. And third, set realistic progress goals. You can't lift extreme amount of weights. You can't be good at Muay Thai or boxing in a week. It all takes time, it all takes progression. You should be aware of. Look, if you feel weak, if you feel stuck, you don't have to face it alone. Join my newsletter. Every week I share the lessons I have learned about building strength after 50, physically and mentally. Soon I'm going to open a community where we can connect, train together, and hold each other accountable. Sign up today and stop fighting this battle in isolation.